Yo, we back with another one. How y'all doing out there? I know it's been a minute. We haven't been around in a while. But we back for these playoffs. We ready to get this thing started, man. We here with the great ALP. What it do? What you been seeing out there, man? We go right into it. What you been seeing out there, man?
Well, man. The NBA, man, it's been on point this year. One thing I can say I like about it this year, it actually feels like 90s basketball out there. Like, we see, teams really going at it. Like, really
Right.
going at it, yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. So, I don't know who you want to start off with. What team you want to talk
Man,
about?
let's go ahead and shout out to Cuzzo, man, who believed in LeBron. You too. Y'all both believe that the Lakers would do their thing this go round, but I wasn't I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan long term. It's and it's okay. But yeah, man, them Lakers, man, we won game one. You know what I'm saying? We did that. Uh Yesterday we lost. LeBron tried to save us, couldn't do it. Eastern Conference is crazy. I'm loving that.
Hey,
Shoot,
man,
man,
it's,
it's
it's,
it's
it's,
some real. You know what? It's some real battling, like you said.
yeah,
And I
it
haven't
teams
seen these
really
type of
going at
playoffs
it.
since the early 2000s.
Well, one thing I can say, the first round is usually real chaotic. The first round, and I mean because we have teams like scrapping to get to the next round, so you always kind of see a little battle there. But it's a little different this year. Like they up close and personal. You know,
Right,
they up
right.
close and personal. Like they. No, I was saying, man, it's like okay, everybody embracing the Mamba mentality, right?
Hmm.
So that means you going at players. So you got more than one person acting like Kobe Bryant. It's gonna be some friction. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some
For
hands
sure.
swinging, pushing, grabbing, all that. Yeah, man. Let's get into it, man. Who you want to talk about first?
Um, who did uh
Who you think? Who you feel like been balling out loud in in these playoffs? So,
Denver has made their statement.
you know what I mean? But you feel like they made their statement? Go ahead, and finish saying what you're saying.
Okay, so when I say that, I mean that Denver has is not leaving their lead close at all. Like it's
Hmm.
they've almost won by 20 in both games. Well, the first game they won by 20 plus, but the second game it was closer, a little bit a little bit off for 20. You know what I'm saying? Probably a good 15, 14 points. But
Hmm.
usually when a team is like ready to go to the next level, and I've seen it with Kobe, um, they don't play around in the first round. Like
Yeah.
it's no cupcake walk, it's no game being played. I think they go sweep Minnesota real easy. And that's
Mm.
after Edwards put up 41 last night.
Yeah, bro. I gotta say, man. For me, with that series, when I was just looking at the plays and everything, like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how Minnesota gonna keep up with Denver.
I don't either, man.
Yeah. I don't see. I mean, don't get me wrong. Minnesota do have enough firepower to turn it around, but I'm looking at their play schemes
Mm-hmm.
and the way that Denver are closing out some of their spots. It's going to be tough for them because they get in situations sometimes. And one thing I can say, they don't look like when we watched that Thunder game when they just got to certain when the play got broken up, it
Right.
didn't always seem like they knew what they wanted to do or like what was the next thing to do. And I think that's the difference between the ones that got experience and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It looked like easy cake for them. I see them going to the second round too.
The East is really up in it. You know what? Who do you see getting upset?
Memphis. Memphis
Okay.
is an upset. But then again, with Ja at the picture, is it really an upset? Would you consider that an upset?
It can go tit for tat, man.
Right, man. That one kind of, I don't know what to
It
say
can go
about it.
tit for tat.
Yeah,
Cause
I
you
don't know.
heard what Brooks said. I know you heard what he said.
Okay, so let's talk about the Lakers series right quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into the Lakers series because there was some things that were said that I was like, okay, that's what I like. Call LeBron old, getting all in his face,
For
and
sure.
and drop some jumpers on that boy in his face and stared him
Yeah.
down. Like, what you talking about? Yeah, I'm highly disrespectful.
Straight up.
Now, what you say to that? Do you feel like LeBron should respond to that or what?
I think I agree with totally with Stephen A. Because I'm a Kobe
What,
fan,
what
man.
did Stephen A say?
We don't let guys go off at the mouth.
Yeah, no. You think if
Just you
you
nip
talk
it in the
that, you think
bud,
you
and
could
you
talk
nip it
that
in
way
the
to
bud
Jordan?
on Saturday.
Jordan would have waited to the next game.
Yeah,
Kobe wouldn't have waited to the next game. You know what I'm saying? Like we get that nigga now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen this next game. I think LeBron gonna give him that business though.
I think so too. But it
I
won't. And you know what I noticed while we lost game two?
mm-hmm.
When LeBron doesn't have 6+ assists, the team loses.
That ain't the reason why. So
I
I want
don't
you to
know about that.
okay, go back and watch the game. Now you're equating it to assists. That's not quite it. First
I
of
mean,
all,
because we
they
didn't
they
lose
took
by a lot. We didn't get blown out.
yeah, but how many of the big players scored? How much did Anthony Davis had?
I want to say like 15.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think he had that much points? Why only 15?
From what I tuned in super late, but from what I
I'm saying,
heard through
but
all the
are you like
commentators,
watching? Are you watching what the defense is doing to stop certain things? So
I mean,
that's
they
what
fronted them.
I mean. They double teaming them
Yeah.
automatically, right? Right. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make the other players beat them.
Mm,
Okay. So one of the key things is that we got to keep Anthony Davis because they know Lakers are playing through Anthony Davis,
right.
and you let Anthony Davis start getting in his bag. You know what I'm saying, through these cuts and these screens, these high pick and rolls that they're using, and Russell is catching him on the dime. They're stopping that. They're
True.
stopping that play. That's why they having that off play on the baseline coming down to give them some type of way to create a play out of a play. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So the reason why Memphis won that last game, they did a beautiful job of picking up on the strengths of the Lakers. Okay,
Right.
and the reason why we won that first game is because our fourth, fifth, sixth option were hitting points. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't equating down to the assist. It's the defensive scheme that Memphis had came up with to stop Lakers from getting to their spots.
Okay.
That's what you got to pay attention to.
But
Because
then
mhm.
what happened with D'Lo's 2 for 11?
That exactly. So if you exactly my point. So we take away AD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now again, LeBron was sort of passive aggressive, right?
Two
But they was
assists.
playing good defense on them. All right. And then we had a player that we did not expect from Memphis have a really, really nice
That
game.
always happens to the Lakers, though, man. We get
No, that
some
happened to
random
every team.
dude,
Well, yeah, that's every team. That's every team.
some random dude go off against the Lakers at all
Yeah,
times.
because you're not expecting that, and that's just like when Lakers won their first game. They weren't expecting my guy to go off like that.
No, Austin, it wasn't.
Yeah. They
Wasn't
weren't,
expecting.
nobody expecting him to do that. And then to expect him to do that two times in a row, they knew like, okay, he ain't gonna have that game two times in a row.
Right, not twice.
Exactly. So now
That's
all we
right.
got to do, we got to get
Contain the two
AD, we got to
superstars.
get AD and you know what I'm saying, jammed up where he need to pass the ball out.
Okay. So that's gonna be a how long? It might go 6. I think it's gonna go 7.
I think six.
I think 7, man.
I think now that it's a heated situation, I think it might go six because now, and this is what Lakers needed. I'm glad Dylan did what he did because now we gonna see. He challenging you. He's openly challenging you.
Openly to your face.
You see what I'm saying? And you say, "Nah, I poke the bear. I want to see he old. He ain't gonna do nothing."
Right. Old
So,
man. You gonna call
oh,
LeBron James an old man?
he is old.
That's not the
No,
right
no,
term to
no,
call him.
no,
You should
no,
call
no.
him
See, this is what we wanted, right?
true.
Ain't this what we wanted for the NBA? This is what the NBA need. We need a villain like that come in and challenge these so-called superstars. Yeah,
Right.
you okay? You're a superstar. Show me, because that's the same way I be too. Just because you this and you that, don't mean I'm supposed to just bow down to you.
Right.
You know what I
It's
mean? So
not
he
the
got
league.
a he
The
got a
palm of
lot
your
to.
hand.
We can say he ain't got nothing to prove, but he got a lot to prove if he want to win a championship.
True.
That's how I look at it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is
Yeah.
how basketball's supposed to be.
The grittiness is always the best part of basketball,
Hey
in my
man, when I was growing up watching those Detroit games
opinion.
and Utah Jazz with and Charles Barkley and them and how them boys, New York Knicks, it was gritty, bro. Like them boys used to be going at it just like it looked today. And that's why they be trying to, say like those teams was trash and stuff like that. I'm like, and they were fighting. Okay, pause.
Right.
But yeah, them boys were fighting, man. They were literally fighting. How they fighting today? They going at it. I like it. I like it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What about
Yeah.
so how do you like the Celtics for go ahead and getting out of the East in your opinion?
Getting out of the East,
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, because of who they have to go through, who is just to me as equal as far as like what they can do on the court. So,
Hmm.
so who the other teams he got to play? He got to go through
If they
Milwaukee.
get out in the first, they got to play the 76ers. And then if they get out of that, they're going to have to play
Now, I tell you
the
this: if they
Bucks.
get past 76ers, but still though, that's if Milwaukee make it to the next round. But considering that we know they one of the top teams,
Right.
most likely that's who will be matching up. I say whoever win between those two teams.
Is going to win the championship.
We thought that last year.
We did. We did think that last year.
No, I take that back. Y'all thought that last year. Y'all thought it was a
I did.
uprising Jordan moment, but I think inexperienced, the more experienced players won. You know what I mean?
True.
Because them boys, the still skill for the defense was definitely elite, and they still got
True.
elite defense. But now they got an actual third option on the offense now. So it could be anything. It could be Milwaukee. It could be Bucks to me. I mean, it could be Celtics to me. It could be either one of those two. I don't know who to choose between those two. Who you got?
I'm riding with the Celtics, man. I just think the 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 type of guy Tatum wants to be, because like you said, a lot of guys don't take on that Kobe mentality
Mm-hmm.
to lose and to not show up in the losses. That's go stick with you. And a
Mm-hmm.
kid like Tatum, I believe that he gonna show up. Like it ain't even gonna be a fuss about them getting to the Eastern Conference. He's gonna show up when they get there too. Because Brown has shown up since last year. And you can't really put too much on him, in my opinion.
Well, my
It's
thing with
Tatum for
all
the
these,
East
I think
Coast.
with all these new players, I think they be looking gassed out, man.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I do
I can,
too. But it's kind of rare to see it like this, though. Like I can't remember looking at a game back in the days and thinking, "Man, they look tired."
I mean, that's the load management, man. You can't. You heard Kawhi's out for tonight's game.
That's what I'm saying. I think this load management is actually hurting them. It's
Yeah,
almost that like you're not using that muscle as much. and that's just me
So,
speculating. I ain't no expert on it, but to
right.
me, that's what it seemed like.
Because you're supposed to, like, the more and more you do something, your body get used to it. Like, if you wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning for a
Mm-hmm.
job or for workouts, your body eventually gets used to that. It starts to do it, but you can't get used to it if you're not doing it all the time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I totally agree.
You know what I'm
You
saying? So it's just, I really never liked the load management because it's just like, if you get, if it's, I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like it's disrespecting the game. I'm not getting paid millions to sit out games.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't do all that. I didn't do all that hard work to get here and sit out games. Like that doesn't make sense. You go do all the hard work that you put in to get there and to show yourself, but you didn't take advantage of the opportunity as much as you could. Excuse me.
Right.
It's just like why are you even playing a game? But that's a whole nother topic for another day. The playoffs are here. And it's
Already.
crazy that the first round is like this, in my opinion.
For
I haven't
real?
seen this in a while. Like usually for the past 6 years, it's like, all right, such and such gonna be in the East, and
Mm-hmm.
then such and such gonna be in the West, and it's like, all right, whatever.
I'm glad you're having that experience, man, because that feeling that you're having is how it was back in the '90s for me, in the early
Mm.
2000s. Like those games, man, they had me excited. Had me excited. But what you think about this Warriors in Sacramento? What you got? What you
I'm
got
not
going
gonna
there?
stunt, man. The Warriors might be at the end of their reigns.
Why do you feel like that? I mean,
It's a combination of
we
things.
had two games with them at home.
It's a combination of things.
Like, what do you see?
Usually,
What do you see in their gameplay now? I want to show you something, even with them. Now, this is very important. If you've been watching those games, how are they stopping Golden State? What is the
same way I
defensive
said, they
scheme?
need to, the
Huh?
physicality that they finally let the playoffs have, and the foul trouble. That's the only two. Or you play so good of defense that you are in those passing lanes before the ball gets there. Because Golden State to have this thing, it's a detriment to all great teams where they're on autopilot
Mm-hmm.
and turnovers get accumulated faster because they're on autopilot. They think teams don't catch on because they haven't been around as much. Kids don't pay attention to film, this, that, and the third. But there's an old saying: "It's not fun when the rabbit got the gun." So when they understand that, okay, if we can be physical, if the refs let us be physical with Curry, we already have an advantage because he doesn't like it.
Well, Boston was doing that. What's the difference between what?
Not too much of the of what the playoffs are adhering to now. And Boston wasn't big last year.
Mhm.
Not in my opinion. They wasn't that big last year.
What? Man,
Who was who was their
I
starting
don't
center?
agree with you. You saying that now, but last year you was extremely excited about their defense,
Yes, yes,
right to the point that you chose them to win the championship.
yeah.
Right. So
But
what?
that was of my ignorance thinking
Mm-hmm.
that Tatum was gonna be there on the defensive end with the team, and he wasn't.
Mm. So that's why I want to bring a difference between what Sacramento is doing. So you're right. They are being very, very physical, but that doesn't always equate to good defense all the time in the sense that they actually stopping them from doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So they're also stopping them from getting to their spots.
Mm-hmm.
And they're meeting Steph Curry up at the half court line, which I've always said.
Everybody
You,
has
you,
said
yeah, you why are we dropping the defense and knowing that his range is all the way to the
it's
half court
right
line?
there, really the whole court.
Right. So if you notice, whether it's Malik holding him or our main guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting chest to chest with him, right? And what that does, number one, is one, it takes time off the stop clock and it slows the play. But even though Warriors love to play fast, they use
Mm-hmm.
certain opportunities to slow the game down, to control the game. So whenever you see
Yeah.
that, it's to control the game and it's to make the minutes start going, make the game slow down, so you can get back and then pick the momentum back up
Right.
with hitting consistent shots every time you come down and holding good defense on the other end. But what they're doing is Golden State like to get to certain spots and they're stopping them from getting there by playing up close to them and then shielding them off, knowing which direction. Sacramento has sat down and looked at every possible play that Golden State has. And they've thought of a way to try to get to their spots before Golden State get there. That's what's going on. That's why by the time Golden State get there, somebody already up, they up on them. They're not getting that
Mm-hmm.
much space that they really Golden State need. But the second thing I would say is that they missing shots they wouldn't normally hit.
Right. I mean, that's another factor,
You know
but
what I
I think
mean?
that's because of the physicality.
But one thing I hate to say, some of Sacramento, just a little bit though. I would say more with Lakers game with this. Some of the officiating that's going on too. It's been some cheesy calls in between. Now I'm like, what was that? Because especially like with Lakers, they called a foul one time, and the man didn't get touched. He did not get touched at all, and they called that horrible foul. And
We
it was more than
we
one play like that where they did that. And so that's why I say the politics come in. We got to always remember when we're watching these games,
yeah,
there's
and you
always
know what I
politics
developed?
involved.
I called those makeup calls because I would notice the pace of the game. I would notice
Mm-hmm.
the pace of the game, and
Mm-hmm.
Jordan used to do it too. Kobe too. Refs would miss calls with them, and then
I
they'd
don't
give
think
them a
this was
little
that.
pity pat call, two in a row.
Yeah,
But it's been 6 or 7 or 8 possessions.
that's why I'm like, they can't even do that no at this point because it's like, let's think about this. We do have moments where you can tell it's a makeup call,
Mm-hmm.
but once we start getting to like, let's say they come down and they mess up a call, they call something that it wasn't, right? They come down on the other end, they don't call it. Same type of play, but they don't
Right.
call anything on this one. Same way they call foul on this end, they didn't do it on this end. Okay, because if you're gonna do it this way, you gotta be fair.
Yeah.
Now that's hard on a referee, so we're gonna be real. You know what I mean? But when I come back down again, and then you call another play, and you do it and do it and do it again, in their mind they're calling that play, right? This ain't got nothing to do with no makeup no more. But it's controlling the game as well, in which direction they want it to go. Now, am I saying they doing this so Sacramento can win? I'm not necessarily saying all that. But what I am saying is it's a lot of it's a little small percentage of how the officials are blowing that whistle that's playing certain factors to win. Like, because there was like a moment where Lakers was gaining momentum and they started like, I think they got like 2 or 3 calls on them like three times in a row. I was like, yeah, they not Lakers not winning this game because it was like they was, to me, it looked like they were starting to control the narrative. Like
Yeah.
they wanted to make sure that Memphis did not go down 0-2.
Right.
That's
Right.
what
For
it
the
felt. That's what it felt like. Not saying that I don't want to accuse them, but that's what it felt like. No, I take that back. I'm accusing them.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
yeah,
about
yeah.
the
Because
dollar bill. You know that.
they was calling some trash calls, man. I mean, with the Golden State game, I seen it with the 76ers game. You know, but it's hard on them. You know what I mean? Like it is hard on them. Can you imagine
Yeah.
being a referee in the NBA? Man,
Yeah. That's I would have been swung on. Honestly, I didn't don't fight the players.
they definitely can't do that.
I know, and they don't
But
get paid as much as the players.
Yeah, they definitely can't do that. They be out of there, buddy. But with that Golden State game, they're stopping. Sacramento is trying to stop them from getting to their spots. Now they not getting it on every play, and I just think, what's the center name that's in that middle?
The bonus,
He's a problem.
very much so.
This is why I I have a problem with the small ball. I know we gain a lot of speed, but when you got somebody like that, they trying to push that man around, and he just big. He's just too big, bro. He
He
too
big.
heavy. He
I
too
was about to say
heavy.
really heavy. He's
Hey,
6'6"
anytime
and a
I
half.
see broad shoulder, and don't get me wrong, he ain't the strongest guy, but when I see him getting pushed around, I'm like, Draymond, I'm like, if he can't push him around like that, they gonna have a problem.
You 6'6". You too short.
Still though, that's a lot of players. He's strong though, so that's why
Yeah, but
you'll
that's
see
6'10"
sometimes.
and strong, not just 6'10".
Exactly, my point. Exactly, exactly. 16. What you saying? 6'10"
6'10"
and strong.
and strong.
Man, look, they boys gonna have a problem, but I think Golden State gonna win at home. And
Okay, so that's who you got
the
tonight.
reason why I was asking you that question earlier, because I'm like, why do we get moved by because a team win at
Because
home,
they're reigning champions, and the Warriors should never go down 0-2,
even if they playing somebody at
even
home?
if they playing a team like that, in my
See,
opinion. But
I'm used to that. When I was watching basketball growing up,
see, it was like that. That's why I said like
you
I'm
know what I'm
not used
saying?
to
Like
it.
that's normal. Like
Like, teams have been dominant for so long. You just like, all right, well, this team is inexperienced, so they might not even win a game at home.
I'll be
You
impressed if
understand
they,
this is Sacramento first time in the playoffs, and they 2-0.
yeah, I understand that. But them boys well put together,
They are.
and they have all the potential if they follow what coach is trying to tell them to do.
Yeah.
But that ain't
Yeah.
my problem. My problem is you're supposed to win at home. That's how I look at it. I'm not moved by that. If they win one at Golden State, we'll look at it like this. If Lakers win at home and do what they're supposed to do, that puts them up 3-1.
Yeah.
The pressure is on the other team after that.
True.
Now, I will say it is pressure on Golden State to win these next two games. I've heard some people say just this next game. But I'm like,
I
nah,
say I say the next game for sure. They
they
lose,
got
they
to win
down
the next
3-0, it's
game.
over.
Yeah, they got to win the next game. And that's what I'm saying. That's when I'll start having some concern. I'm not concerned right now. You know what I
Nope.
mean? Yeah, I'm not concerned right now. I feel like they still in a good position.
See, man, sorry we don't talk about the Easter Conference enough, fans out there. It's just such a battle in the West, man. It's a battle in the West.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like, okay, because like, now don't get me wrong, like Brooklyn, and my guy over there and came from Suns, that boy and took that team over. Do you hear me?
They still getting beat by 20 plus, but yeah.
Nah, my point exactly. There's not enough experience there. You know what I mean? And you'll start seeing like these players that like it's maybe their first time in this situation.
hmm Cam Johnson, all them
They
young
just they
players, man.
start rushing, man. They
They
start
do.
rushing.
Then what if you try to settle them down?
Yeah, he trying to get the pace and like, hey, calm down. You gotta calm down. That's
You do.
anything you do. If you're too excited, if you're too nervous, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna overdo stuff. You're gonna overthink. You're gonna overcompensate
Yeah.
because you want it so bad. And you'll see them like rushing in real hard, running real hard. But you see the more experienced players, you don't see them playing like that. They turn on their speed when it's time to turn it on.
Right.
They go through the play and they take their time. Look at it. Watch these games tonight. Just watch. Oh, that's what I
Yeah,
want you
man.
to
Y'all,
pay
bro.
attention to. The
Hey,
control of the pace of the game. That's what we gonna all pay attention to throughout this whole playoffs this year. Who is
man.
controlling the pace of the game? And when you see both teams trying to do that, it's gonna turn into a war.
Mm.
Every
I'm ready
time,
to see
never
some
fails.
wars, man.
Amen,
I'm ready to
amen.
see some wars.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I love Dylan said what he said. Yeah, call me old. Get me amped up. Give me a reason to go
So,
hard.
well, with that being said, man, the playoffs of the early '90s, early 2000s, late '90s is back.
Hey,
Just
man.
want to get an
Kudos to the
insight, man.
NBA, AJ. Kudos to the NBA. You know what I mean?
Facts,
For making the playoffs exciting again. But I felt like
facts,
last year was kind of
facts.
like that too, though. If you go back last year and look at some of those games at the first round, they were scrappy last year too.
They was,
Yeah,
they
they were
was.
scrappy. But actually, for the last, I would say after the bubble, it's been
I
scrappy.
was say it
It's
had to
been
be after the
scrappy.
bubble because
Yeah, it's been scrappy those
nobody
first
really
rounds after the
take that.
bubble. I mean,
But
it
yeah,
kind
man,
of started in the bubble too.
right. We're gonna keep y'all posted. We're gonna keep y'all posted. I think the Warriors going down, but I'll let the whole win. Everybody, you're supposed to win at home. That's the old saying.
No.
Supposed to win at home.
What I will say, I know why everybody feel the way they do about
Yeah,
Golden State. They just look at defeated the
they
way.
are looking so defeated.
Because here's the thing.
Hold on, we can't. Wait till they go down. When they go down, we go in on the Warriors.
No. I was just about to say that they got skill and speed.
Who, the Kings or the Warriors?
Yeah, the Kings.
Oh yeah,
But that's
yeah.
that's that's a dangerous combination.
Very
Speed
well.
and then what's the name? Add strength to the equation. It's a bonus. Man, look, they're gonna have
The
to get it
playoffs are
together.
back.
See, this is why they needed. What was the center name that they got rid of?
Oh, Bradley,
I'm talking about Golden
not
State.
Bradley.
You saw it was his last name started with a W.
Wait,
He was
they
on
play for
Golden
the
State.
Kings.
No, Golden State.
Oh, Wiseman.
Yeah, they should. I think they should have kept him for these type of situations. Who do they have a big body that they could put on? See,
Besides
that
Looney,
was another
nobody.
adjustment that Memphis made. They put that new guy they got, and he's a little bit stronger. He kind of um, matches up with LeBron a little bit as far as strength a little bit. He ain't as strong
Right.
as LeBron, but he can cause a little more difficulty for him when it comes
Yeah.
to putting up a shot. So man, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. What's with the
Okay.
one last team that we have not mentioned? Because we mentioned Boston, 76ers,
Bucks.
Bucks, and then what's that other game?
Uh,
The Heat. Who Heat playing right
no,
now?
no, he playing the Bucks.
Okay, he
You
playing the
talking
Bucks.
about? Oh, you talking about Cleveland and New York? I got New
Yes.
York.
You got New York on that?
I got New York.
That what you think? I feel like that is 50-50 there, right?
It's 50-50 all
Yeah,
day, but
yeah.
I
That's what
think
I
New
feel
York
like.
it's New York, man. Don't nobody care about Cleveland. What Joe Kim Noah said, I don't see nobody talking about vacationing in Cleveland.
He did say that. I forgot that boy said that. Boy, he was a fool for that one. Fool for that one, but he right. I mean, but hey, they got a nice team over there. So
They do.
who do out of those two teams? Because if New York lose that, I mean, win that series, they lose in the next round. I don't see them going
Of
past
course.
the second round.
Of course, but it's the fact that they got out that, you know, to that drought that they've been in for however long they've been in it. But yeah, man, I'm just happy the playoffs are back, man. This is I had to come on the pod